right now, right? New Year's is coming up next week, and everyone's discussing, what are my resolutions? What am I going to do differently? How do I stick to my resolutions? Someone toyed with me and said, one of my resolutions is to keep my resolutions this year. And, I think that has to start from a place of withinness, if that's a word, right? And if it's not, we'll create it into one. But start from a place of withinness. Start inside and ask yourself truly, why are you setting these resolutions, these goals? Why do I want to accomplish this task? What is it purposeful? What necessity do I have to making this, one, a goal and an accomplishment to attain to, and two, to build up enough momentum, activity levels, and action forward to make sure that we fulfill that goal and accomplishment that we want to set up for ourselves. Ask yourself first, why, right? Ask yourself first deep inside, why? Because if we understand internally from a withinness on what we are and who we are and what we want to become, then it can help us better write goals and better to attain them. Because we'll have a deeper drive, ambition, power inside of us to manifest forward to reach the goal, I believe. If I just arbitrarily write down 5 things that I wish I do this year, first of all, there's a lot of fruitless words, I think I call them there. I hope, I wish. What does that mean? What is a hope and a wish without execution and action, right? It's just a fruitless word. It's just a hope. Just a hope. I hope. Everyone hopes a lot of things, but a lot of people don't do the things necessary to get the result that they're looking for, that they hope for, right? There's a really true difference between if you lose your dog and you go out there and you hope you find your dog, or you lose your dog and you go out there and you find your dog, right? There's a big difference. There's a big difference in the amount of action that you would take to get that dog back between going in outside and just hoping that it runs back, and going outside and really taking action, knocking on everyone's door, calling everyone, putting up the flyers, putting up the posters, contacting the local authorities, and whatever more list. Creating a list has never been created before to make sure that you find your dog. It's a big total difference. And so take that analogy into your new year, into your next week, into your everyday, and ask yourself, these are the things I want to accomplish. First, let me ask why, so that I can build up the ambition enough to set out and do the right things necessary to make it happen. Also, through discovering that why, that deep insideness, that thing that will push us will be, I believe it will be our beacon of light to discern along the way, is it really truly something that we really do want to do or not? I think if you have something deep within, and you know what you want, you know what you want to accomplish, you know who you want to be, it should not be very hard for you to set down and decide upon it. Now, if it's something that you've been told you should do, something you've been told you should be, something that your job mandates of you, makes you comply with, then I think that is where you become discouraged. That is where you become to not understand which way to go. But if we look inside first and ask ourselves, why are we doing this? And then how should we set forward for it? Then you're able to bring in the resources, the outside connections, the things necessary to build forward, but with better choices on discerning who and what help to reach out for. Everybody has the answers to something, right? But who has the answers to that special something that you uniquely know is going to help you get to that attainment, even though there is no other person out there who has reached it to a level that you want to reach it, because you know that your level is so much greater, right? Did you even hear that? How does that work? How do I go out and reach for support, guidance, and leadership through someone who I know no one has reached anywhere near the level that I know that I have the potential to do? Well, first, it has to begin with understanding that potential that I have within. It has to begin with understanding the belief system that I'm operating within. It has to do with understanding what inside comes to first. Because if I understand that first, then I'm able to make better decisions on who's going to be in my circle of help, who's going to be in my circle of bouncing off ideas with, who's going to be in my circle of making those advisements and decisions, right? But without knowing first where I stand, who I am, what my belief strongly is, then it's going to be much more difficult to make those other decisions down the way. So going into the new year, looking to write new goals, looking to write, new thoughts, new processes, new ideas for yourself or for your business or for your family, it has to start first with asking yourself, who do I want to become? And who am I right now? Who am I? And then what do I want to become first? Then writing out the action steps, the things that need to be done, the resolutions and changes to build new habits will come second nature. And then we won't have to be seeking out what I heard someone say earlier was quite funny to me. I want to write a resolution to keep my resolutions this year. I just thought that was silly and funny, because if the resolution truly starts from within, I think that following through on it will only become second nature. I think so. Hey, Corey. Corey's here. Mark is here. Hey, guys. Theo is here. How's it going? Happy holidays, Theo. Nicholas is here. Hey, Nicholas. Good to see you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season this year, this past week and month or so. Just really do hope you had some time to bring it back home. That's what I keep hearing from a lot of people this year. The holidays were different. They were different. As if different is a bad thing, right? Different can be a very good thing. And I hope that one thing that everyone got this year from the consensus of differences that I've been hearing is that everyone got more time together on a more quieter basis, on a more intimate base with their family and with their loved ones. So I really hope that you all got to receive that this year as well. That it may have been different, but it is a blessing. There's a lot of blessing in that. Bonjour, Corey. So we're going to carry on with that message of understanding, you guys, that for myself, for you, for yourself, for all of us, that if we come from a place within first, then we're able to make our decisions, our goals, our choices in a much better way. Bruce Lee said it very well, I think. One of the best is that, when it comes to styles of martial arts or ways to do things to be successful, or, our parents telling us to do it this way, or schools telling us to do it that way, whatever the differences are, these doctrines, these rules, these regulations that must be followed. Bruce Lee was very against that. He was the disruptor of his time, right? And one thing that he said very clearly is that I'm not going to teach you a new way. I want you to find your way. In fact, he wore a medallion that clearly says, and I have shoes that have it printed on the side, it says, use no way as way. Use no way as your way. That means your way should be rooted in having no way. Because if you have no way or anyone else's way of doing it, you only are left with your own way of doing it. And that should be the way that your way is. Also, have no limitation as limitation. If you are limited to having no limitation, then there's nothing that can slow you down and limit you. So have no way as way and use no limitation as limitation. Ultimately, coming down to his main point is that martial arts life, this dance that we call being in existence, is truly you understanding that you have the opportunity to honestly express oneself. You expressing yourself in the most honest and truest way is your way. You expressing yourself in the most honest and true way is the way for you to build upon the results that you seek for. You honestly expressing yourself into 2021 completely and daily is your way of accomplishing the goals that you want, is your way of accomplishing those resolutions you set out, is your way of building a new habit, is your way of reaching that high level of potential, or at least getting close to it, that you know that you have within yourself. So, that's my message for today on this Monday. That's what I hope motivates you and helps you think a little bit differently, is how do I dive deep within myself? And how do I keep peace around my circle through that energy and movement that I have within, and how do I find the confidence and understanding that if I just completely and honestly express myself, that behavior in itself can become infectious to the circle around me and can help me maintain and develop upon the habits that I know I want in my life to help me create the level of success that I know that I deserve through the action steps that I know that I'm capable of, through a committed decision to be and do my best. Take that and tell that to yourself every day. And hopefully maybe that can help you. All right. I wish you guys all the best and success. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. All right. Stay focused. Stay focused on your conquest of success. And if you guys ever need anything, please reach out to me. You can message me here anytime, right at Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, wherever you find this video. Any of you who are martial arts school owners out there, we have a great event coming up. It's a 2-hour free event coming up this Sunday. You want to make sure that you're there on January 3rd with Brandon Beliso. Brandon Beliso is going to be the host of that event for 2 hours. We're going to be just really giving a good insight and onboarding, really, to what it takes to be the greatest business owner for yourself in the martial arts space and world and industry. So if you're open to that, we got about 90 people, I think 92 right now. I just saw email come through right now as this was going on. 92 people registered for this. And it's only free for the first 100. So we're almost at that number, right? So make sure that you get your spot. They are almost gone. And you want to make sure that you are there this Sunday. That's January 3rd. If you can make it there. January 3rd. Corey says January 3rd is his grandmother's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your grandmother. How old is she turning? Many, many blessings to her. All right. So, all right. So there we are, you guys. I'll be back again tomorrow for another live. That's my goal. That's one of my goals, and I asked myself with that personal goal too. Why is it a goal for me to go live every day? What is that purpose deeply inside? And I have some personal goals that drive that. So that's one of the ambitions behind why I'm doing it. It's not just to get content out there. It's not just to be live every day. It's really for some self goals, some personal goals that I'm working on. How to be more creative on the spot. How to, none of this is planned and written out or talked about. It's a topic that pops up and I go for it. Learning how to speak better with eliminating certain words and pauses that I notice within my own speech. And also learning how to, I don't know what they call it, but I call it run with a topic, right? How to continuously speak on to something without interruption and go on for at least 30 minutes to an hour. So there's reasons that I'm doing it, and hopefully some of those you can learn from as well, and hopefully some of the messages we can all grow and become better people on. So that is the reason I found in my why on why I want to begin that goal of coming on here live with you all every single day. Reasons that I know that can benefit some of the bigger goals that I have in my life, and also to get out there and to be a voice and to be a touch point to many more people as we're all going through this thing called life. So there you are. Have that goal, but have that why behind it, not just an arbitrary goal. See, even talking about that now motivates me to want to get up tomorrow and do another one of these with you. It's not just because, I said I'm going to do it, so I have to do it. It's now a deeper why, a reaffirmation to myself on why I'm going to be continuing to do it. Much different. It's much different when you put in that work, that little bit of work, and just reaffirming with yourself why you want to do the thing you said you want to do. All right, so take that, you guys. Stay focused on your conquest of success. And until I talk to you tomorrow, you guys go out there and live your best life.